Hiya girls, we are Barney and Lukey and we are the hot young visionaries behind Truffle Pig Wigs.
And this is Cliffhangers, the unofficial, unrequested and unhinged RuPaul's Drag Race recap show.
The views and opinions expressed on Cliffhangers are from a couple of women who just love drag and have zero real business judging it. If you are not a fan of red-hot acidic critique, turn back now.
Listen, you may be reading books, but bitch, she's on the cover. It is a horror. How you doing, Bab?
Oh, I'm gorgeous. Just sucked off taste, so I'm here ready to have a good time.
We spoke about this in the pod today. You seem so much more comfortable chatting about this shit. We love that, like, when you say it, he seems so much more shy. So any of the time, he's just like going red when any sex is mentioned.
He's just like, you better cut the cameras down.
Just on the BBC, come on.
I'm the one there with the takeover accounts making them all.
Ship the girls.
Erotic fan fiction.
I'm the one, my GM's just constantly me messaging OK Magazine for that cover shoot.
We were literally saying, like, it seems like none of the girls in the workroom have ever known two people to ever have sex. They were like, taste and horror. They're looking at each other. But then we do the same on the podcast.
Yeah,
within, like,
I love to hear it because when I listen to your guys' podcast, it's like, what is going on? Everyone's so
I'm sorry to say it, the first week I was like, they're in love with each other.
In love with each other. You was like, I'm going to call it out. A horse in love with taste.
Yeah.
In love with horror.
It's banging. Did I make this up, or did your drag name used to be Boy Gorge?
No, I was just a club kid, so I used to be called Boy George because my surname is Boy something.
Redacted.
Yeah. First of all, don't be hiding in her bins trying to come for her. She's not giving you the personal information for a reason.
Yeah, so it was like my surname starts with B-O-Y, so then I always flipped my name around, so it was Boy that.
An iconic name, if I'm honest.
Yeah, and that's also my surname is what my brand is, which is LeBoy, but that's my surname swapped around again.
She's a queen with the brains.
Just wordplay now.
Yeah. Now, the main thing we want to know from you is, please tell me that you United King dolls are getting royalties off of this. You better be making some coin.
We signed a little some. We have our entitlements. I mean, it's just part of the deal, you know, girl. When you're the next Mariah Carey, you've got to have some paperwork.
Exactly.
There's a lot of rules, but, you know, they're in place to make it safe and, you know, make you a Ru girl.
I mean, it didn't look very safe when everyone was rushing for all of that lockdown
the
materials.
Where was health and safety?
Girl, honestly, like, I was literally, someone pulled a sheet. You see, I think it's one of the scenes, someone pulls the sheet underneath me, I just go bang, like, to the floor.
It was like a war zone. I'm not happy for
it
the
was
girls.
horrific. Like, I remember, like, at one point, there was like a big red leather sofa, and I just got a pair of scissors, and I was like, stabbing it vigorously, like, just putting off this lever. I was like, no one's taking this, and I never used it, but, you know, that's drama.
If you had been the person that would have got the extra 15 seconds, would you have taken everything, or would you have been selective? We asked this to each other on the pod today.
Thing is, I wouldn't be tactical, because at the end of the day, I want to win because I'm talented, and I want to win because I know how to put it together, not because I'm cheating the game. But I'll be honest, you might see some of that coming up very soon.
Inside scoop.
I mean, we're at the top 5 now, girls, so I think the games are starting to be played. So
literally, even in like this last episode, you can see that, like, it might have been relaxed at the beginning, but now shit is getting serious.
Yeah, shit's getting real. I mean, you saw in that little trailer there on the little teaser for next week. We're not happy with Ellie's decision, so
if you're not,
it's going to be a good one.
Ain't no verses in this game.
Exactly, but no, it was. I would definitely just have taken what I needed. But when we walked into the workroom that morning, and I saw the stuff piled up. I saw this giant pink flamingo and all this pinky stuff. And I thought, I want to do like a pink latexy, like a Pink Panther vibe. And that was my first go-to. And I grabbed everything pink, which is what was all under my table, what tasted, and jumped on. I went, get off my shit, you hound. Like, I got all that first, and then I went back and got a load of red stuff. And then I was like, I don't want to do any of this. So then I sold all my pink stuff to Ellie Diamond for the chrome thing that I wore as a bra and a belt.
Yeah.
So I was trading.
Nice.
Sneaking on sister.
Wheeler dealer.
Now, I don't know whether you've noticed on the podcast, but sometimes we have positive things to say about you.
Sometimes it's a bit one-sided.
Yeah, we have been incredibly harsh on you. And you will see this week, we are very complimentary.
It was a bit embarrassing because we knew we were going to interview you. But it's like, we can't stop gushing about her because she's like, this is her episode, but we can't make it seem like it's a horror show.
At one point, I was like, I'm going to have to say something salty. I was like, because she's good in the Regent Challenge. She's giving you good talking head. Then she wins the challenge. It was like, every single time we're just like, congrats, girl, congrats.
Oh, but that posture though, appalling.
Yeah.
Oh God, disgusting.
Disgusting!
How was it hearing other queens clapping back in their talking heads now that you know them? Like watching it on TV, was that when people were talking about you, were you like, not today?
It's a weird one. It's like sometimes you hear what people like. I've not really experienced anything too bad, but I've realised how impactful someone in their confessional, what they say can actually implement you as an entire person. So like when I first walked into that episode 1, and Tia made the comment of like, oh, I've heard some things about Ahura. From that point, the trolls were just at me, like wanting to know what this one thing was, what it could be, what she's heard about me. And it was just consistent through till probably episode 4 of just trolling, just because she made that one comment.
Yeah.
And that gave me the whole villain edit just from her saying that one thing. And that set the bar. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's same again. It's like, I think with Lawrence as well, like when Lawrence made the comment to sister, like about being a dickhead or whatever, that kind of, I think, initiate a bit of like people to then go towards sister. I think, you know, with what happens on the thing, I don't really think you could go in there be the nicest person ever, but the way other people can portray you through their confessional can really dictate who you are.
Do they prepare you for any of that? Like you're about to become world famous, get ready for there to be haters, basically.
Yeah, like we all have our own counsellor, what the show provides, who we can talk whenever we want. So they have that. We have that for a year after the show as well.
Oh, wow.
So, that's so good.
Yeah, so I can call him at any point. Like, you know, we all have welfare mentors as well while we're there who look after us. And mine was like a gorgeous mom. And she was like, you know, they're all very momenty with you as well. And like, they travel with you to the set. And you have that, you know what I mean? You have your little unit. So you are very, very mentally stable.
That is so good to hear, because we were like, that was one thing that we were like, there's literally nothing, apart from like speaking to other Rue girls, I guess, like there is nothing that can prepare you for just being like the sort of like Instagram notoriety of like people knowing who you are in London and like maybe in Europe and stuff that some of the girls have, and then flip into like the other Rue girls talking about you, celebrities talking about you, like all of that shit.
I think that is as well, I think what is hard, it's like when I obviously my first set, it was not great, so like people who I've always been like big or good friends with who are Rue girls, they obviously had things to say, and it's like, you know, you girls should understand the process, like, you know what it's like being there and how it's edited. So if you're to speak out on a Rue girl, like I think that's me personally, that's something I just wouldn't do now that I've been there and done the process and lived it. It's so easy to see, like, I know these girls, but I also don't know them in the show. Like when I see them on the show, I'm like, that's not who we all know you as. But that's the power of either television or self-edit, I guess.
Did anyone receive, do you think, like a strong or unfair edit? Like, did anyone else come across different to how they are in real life?
I mean, all the girls are who they are, you know, and like 99.9% of them are, like, that is how they are. Like, we all are that way. You know, obviously people can have moments what maybe are after hours. It's very free reigns, and you know, there's a lot, you know, nearly everything is what it is. It's not, you know, put on, and like RuPaul the H&M thing, that wasn't set up like that was how it is, as brutal as it was. So like, I think this whole season, like, I think we all went, you know, even if the show was to prepare it or plan it, I don't think they could have ever prepared for what was going to happen, you know, with Ginny, with Veronica getting coronavirus. And it was just every week, it was a gag. Like, when as soon as Asina got eliminated, it was like, what the fuck is going on? And when Joe Black went first week, it was like, we were like, okay, this is unpredictable. And it kept getting worse and worse every week.
That's the thing. Watching it, there was like, who I'd earmarked, whether that's right or wrong, who I'd earmarked being like, maybe these are going to be skating on thin ice. That did not include Joe Black, Cherry Valentine, or Estina.
Yeah.
So like watching it, like, I mean, you've seen the reaction. People are like, this is the best season of... How does it feel to hear people being like, this is the best season of Drag Race, like, since like what it used to be like in season 5 and shit? Like, people are loving it.
People, I mean, there's been a lot of people who are like, oh, a horror taste, and Bimini very much like the Bianca Del Rio, Courtney, and Adore kind of thing. Like, we all love it. Like, you know, it comes, I think, with credit to the pandemic. Like, you know, we
give her a round of applause.
It did something right. Do you know what I mean? Like, the thing is, you know, we all had that. I think, you know, we went into the show, and the first 3 episodes are great, but like, I think it just got really interesting when we all come off the show and had to have that gap, and we all realised how much this opportunity means to us and how much we want to use it to our advantage and do well. And I think that's why when we come back, we all just have blood in our mouth. Do you know what I mean? Like, just ready to just go for it. And I think that's why, like, you know, with the success of UK Hunt, for instance, it comes because everyone's at home with nothing really to do. And the best part of it, for me anyway, even my best part of my week is to watch that show.
Yeah,
and like, I count down the days, and it's like, you know, and then for a week you're still talking about it, and it feels like 2 days and it's the next one again. I think that's why it's been so successful. I mean, it's also because it's a great cast. I think it really does everything, and everyone is so different. You know, you would never see it. I don't think, for me anyway, you'll never find me and Ginny Lemon in the same room ever again.
You will now. That's what the gigs are going to be.
I mean? And that's the thing. And like, we'll DM each other all the time, and we always WhatsApp, and it's like, in a real world, we would have never have crossed paths. Ginny Lemon would never have looked at me and thought, oh, she's going to be a funny girl. And I'd have never looked at Ginny and thought, you know, I'll style her away.
You wouldn't see her around a vodka table at Cirque du Soir, no?
You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, that's what I mean. It's like, we just would never have crossed paths. Same with me and Tia, and I think that's why me and Tia butted heads so much, because, you know, we just would never be brought into each other's lives, and that's what the power of the show is.
Yeah. Were you aware of the East London Clapham beef?
Is this a real thing?
We are sitting in basically Dalston in East London right now, and we worked in Clapham for like 5 years. I've never heard of it ever in my life.
No, and it's like, and also the whole thing with Sister, when she was like, Battle of the Dancers. When the hell has it ever been like the Battle of the Dance? Like, since when was that a thing? Like, you know, it's like, it was. I don't know. It's just, I've heard some very new comparisons this season as a music so, but I think even when like me and Taste was there, like, me and Taste went into it, and as soon as we got there, we were like, there's going to be a point at some point they're going to try and put us against each other. And I think as much as they tried it, like, they never wanted the fashion girls to be like close, like me, Bimini, and Taste. But it was like, girls, we just need to stick to this and do our own thing. And I think we kind of become the mean girls. You know what I mean? Because everyone wanted to like have us lot fighting, but it ended up being us just fighting them.
Yeah, true. Who did you know well apart from Taste? Did you know any of the girls well?
I always knew Bimini, but we never met. Yeah. So me and Bimini had never seen each other in person. I'd crossed paths like in the street, but like, I'd never actually hung out with her or like got to know her. And I remember thinking like Bimini was very extreme. Lauren said on Facebook, but never accepted his request.
Facebook? Wow.
What year is this?
And I never had followed him back. And then Ellie Diamond, I remember when we got out the show and I got my phone back, and I remember like going to like message Ellie Diamond and then looking, and I'd got loads of messages where she's like, "You're gorgeous, you're pretty," like, and I was like, "Oh, Ellie Diamond's a fan."
I always thought Ellie Diamond was an AFAB queen. For some reason, I was like, gorgeous woman.
Ellie Diamond, I thought she was like, I think it's Zodie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I remember seeing Ellie at Drag World, and I was like, Ellie's a girl who does drag, and that's what I thought she was, and well, she's not.
The face is too soft and gorgeous. It's like, yes, every single week on the podcast, we're like, if we critique anything, if we like say anything like even slightly negative, then we're like, but the face, just like the most beautiful. paint.
impeccable makeup. Like, we'll all be getting ready, and I would turn around after like half an hour, and I've only just got like, one base on. Ellie Diamond will have like full face on. I mean, Joe Black would have his beat on in half an hour, like fully done. And Ginny Lemon would be done in 10 minutes with a Snazaroo palette, and that was it. And like I remember like being there, like doing my eyeliner, like proper concentrating like this, like for ages, and we had like half an hour to go. And Ginny Lemon was just stood there in the mirror, looking at me dead in the eye, full clown face on, just going like this with it, like as though she's like, I'm like, just leave me alone. Like, I'm rushing to be ready.
This is bullying.
Have you seen Naomi Smalls' Vogue? Get ready with her that's just put up. You know when she's like, when the guy comes up behind her and he's like, Naomi, you need to get ready, and she's like, you go and do it then.
It's
that's how I'd react.
So intense. Like, I remember it was episode 1 when we'd done the I quite as a Vivienne Westwood like clownish blown out makeup, and then they were like, right, Holly, you've got half an hour to get ready for your next look, and I was like, I've got to take this full face off and get into a drag beat and look like a horror as Robin Hood. And I was like, how the hell am I going to do this? And I remember like rushing to the stage, and like it was a nightmare. And one of the worst as well was episode 2. If you look closely at the runway, I've only got one eyelash on.
Oh, we'll put a picture of that on the Insta.
Just one.
Yeah, like
one giant eye.
The wig, I had the Nessa hair, and it like comes down a bit, and I pulled it like really low over my eye because I couldn't get the eyelash to stick.
She's a crafty queen.
No.
Yeah, it was clever, but I also had like my eye that day was just weeping, so I'd cut it with glitter. So that whole episode, my makeup was just streaming. So I was like, I need to make this hair go over my face, and like they're the moments where I think that will make the show even better if they just show what happened behind the scenes.
Yeah, for sure.
If you saw the shit what went on right before you had to walk out on that runway.
Well, they couldn't show your vulnerability till episode 4 or 5, so there was no way they were going to let that happen, were they?
Exactly. They didn't want to have a personality till episode 6, so it's fine.
Do you think that you felt like your energy and everything was different after coming back? Because I feel like the shift in how you're being shown, or maybe it was your energy, is like after the break, you coming back, it's like suddenly we're getting to see like you having fun and like enjoying it rather than them trying to frame you as fucking Miranda Priestley.
It's a weird one. It's like going into the show, I felt, I'm this fashion queen. No one really knows who I am, so I need to kind of be what a fashion queen is meant to be, which is, Anna Wintour, glasses on, cigarette at front, fashion show, be all, cunty in a sense. And I kind of felt like I had to be that because I didn't know how. I was like, we're on a show, it's produced, like, so I need to produce myself. So I kind of went in without a weird perception of how I should act. And I think it was only when I left the show and had the lockdown break, I sat there and like, obviously we live in taste and stuff. I was like, I just want to go in there and just enjoy it because I feel like I'm trying to be what I think people would enjoy.
Yeah.
And if I hadn't done that, it would have been totally different. I think when I did the Essex Girl and I was funny and everyone really like loved it, I was like, that's just me finally like being myself, and people are more in love with that than me trying to be this thing I think they want me to be.
Everyone always says it, don't they? Just be yourself, but like it's so hard to just listen.
It's like, yeah, and like it's like when I first walked into that workroom, like I was rushing because I was like had to get to set straight away because I was the last one to walk in, and then like my bows on my heels had fell off, and I was having to sprint, and then I literally that's when I walk out, I'm like, click, bitch, really quick, but like I was like out of breath because how quick I had to get there, and then the thing is, I'd done it, and when I did it, I said it in an American accent. Like if you listen, I'm like click, bitch, like really American. I'm like, oh my god, I'm literally pretending I'm on Drag Race.
Cosplaying as a Drag Race contestant on Drag Race.
You know what I mean? And that's the thing is, it's so hard to be natural when you've got like 50 cameras around you and everyone's just how they are.
I would feel so self-conscious, like I was editing myself, and I think that's maybe the difference. When you come back, you just seem like you're like, I just got to show him now. Like there seems so much like ease in you, which is
and it's as well like when I had a moment with RuPaul, which was the week, I think it was like episode 6 maybe, when I was like sat and I started crying with I had this big hat on. That moment was about actually an hour long. Like me, literally, I was like on the floor, like crying. And RuPaul was like, "You are amazing. Like you are, like we had a full heart to heart, and it was a lot more intense because it was about my abusive relationship prior to Drag Race. So it was a big moment, but I think they just didn't want to, consume my story of the whole episode.
Having a 4-hour episode.
Yeah,
really
and just a whore's life story.
A whole
and it, yeah, and it was all that. So, and that when we finished that, the camera stopped rolling, and RuPaul just said to everyone, he was like, "Wow, I'm just so proud of Baby George." And I was just, and in that moment, then I was like, I just feel like I can just do anything now. And that's when that was the week after then when I did the sewing challenge, and I just was like, just going for it. Like I just put my full balls, I guess, and did it.
No. Was there other looks that when you returned weren't used, that you've got like suitcases of looks that you've prepared from? You're given like a full list of like all the runways you need to prepare, right?
Yeah, I mean, we had a huge amount of looks to get ready in 3 weeks. But obviously if the season was to come out on time, Monster Mashup would have aired Halloween, meaning the finale will have been Christmas. So originally, those Christmas promo looks we all did were our Christmas finale looks.
Oh, really?
What were you with the like wig going around the eye and stuff?
No,
the
one where I had like the pin curls in a big beehive, and I had a big dress, and I was coming out of it like this.
Yeah.
It was that look. That was meant to be they were meant to be our finale Christmas looks, and we had to have them turn into a dance costume. So that for the finale dance number, what you all do. So we was going to do a Christmas song with RuPaul, I think it was. But
does that mean your top 4, top 3, top finale?
No, that's just something that everyone had to bring.
Okay.
So it's just one of the requirements that was the original thing. But like, obviously when we came back, it wasn't going to air at Christmas, so they've changed the concept for the finale. So then we had to just bring another look, but luckily they didn't scrap the Christmas looks we already made, so we got to use them for the Christmas campaigns and stuff.
How much were you able to take from things you already had in your wardrobe, or was everything built from the grounds up?
Nothing, because I never wear anything twice.
She is a fashion queen.
She's a fashion queen.
I think the only thing I ever wore twice was the costume I wore for Louis Spencer did the reveal. That was a dance costume I'd had for years.
Yeah.
Robbed, by the way. Absolutely robbed.
Don't get us started.
Yeah, let's forget Louis.
Hang on, has Louis Spence reached out to you?
No.
I hate her.
Rude.
No, I know, right? But it is what it is. I mean, I'm sure he will one day, call me for Pineapple Dance Studios, and I'll give him a 1-2K or something. But I don't know. No, I didn't hear anything. But my original was Katie Price, and I'm now pissed that I didn't do it.
Oh, I don't understand why they don't have 2 people doing the same thing on Snatch Game. It'd be so good.
It's like originally I was doing my original. I auditioned with Katie Price and Cock Destroyers.
Yeah.
But then they told me I couldn't do Cock Destroyers because it just happened on Canada or Holland, something like that.
Oh, yeah.
So I changed it. I was like, okay, I'm going to do Katie Price, then Amy Childs, and then my backup will be Louis Spence. So I patched the 3. Episode 3 comes up. Oh, you're going to be an Essex girl, showing you how to be glam on a budget with big tits. And I was like, so that's basically Kate Price and Amy Childs. You know what I mean?
Right.
A mixture of both. Brilliant.
Yeah, so then when that happened, and Bimini was originally, I think she was going to be, Ab Fab with the big blonde hair.
Patsy.
Patsy. That was Bimini's original. So I was like, okay, you're Patsy, I'll be Katie. That's fine. Like, cool. We could probably have a bit of banter or something with that. And then it come to Snatch, and I was like, I can't do an Essex girl again. I'm going to get red for Phil. So, damn shit was.
But it was so. You probably heard on the podcast. So robbed. You were not given your adequate flowers for that.
It's really hard because it's like sometimes I'm there and like, you think you've got it, like, and you really think you've got it. Like that Essex girl week, I was like, this is my week. Like I've really got this, and then they just ripped me apart for the runway. Like when I'm being stood there, and they were just so brutal, like so brutal. And the producer even said to us, like, when you come back out on the stage, do not wear the wig because you just don't look like you're in the theme. So I stood there and I critiqued without the wig on. No offense.
That was our favourite thing.
We were absolutely crying because we were like, basically, it'd be whatever. If RuPaul was like, yeah, like I like the wig or whatever, cool. We were like, please, one of the judges be like, I don't like the wig. We were like, that's much better press for us to use.
That would be our slogan for all the merch.
We were like, Michelle Visage says it's shit. But then the fact that like he was like, it'd be better if you took the wig off. We were like, yes.
Oh, Taste is here.
Oh.
Hey.
Gorgeous.
Hello.
Hiya,
I just
darling.
a little something downstairs.
So excited.
Hello. I'm just interrupting that. I'll see you later.
See you later. Just
Bye.
dashing into the screen. Look.
If you could go back in time and walk any show from iconic fashion history, what would it be?
You see, there was a Gautier show, I think back in the early 90s, and it was a pageantry.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Have you seen it? And it's like all come out, it's like the swimwear girls, and it's like, you know, the gowns, and it all comes out in like the themes of the girls, how they did it. And it's like the big red curtains, and this guy stood there at the beginning, like presenting like it's a pageant, and it's a fashion show. I love that. I just love production and like showmanship with fashion. But I also love I think it was Alison McQueen with the long tunnel of wind, and they were throwing snow down it, and the models had to like
So sick.
plow.
So sick.
I mean, I would love to be in part of one of the really big shows like that, like something just really conceptually cool. Of course, anything Galliano or Dior, I will be there. Volunteer as tribute, all that shit.
Yeah.
I see a lot of things like this in your future. I think people are going to want you to be doing this crazy madness.
How was it walking for art school?
I just walked my first one.
Is that your first show?
Yeah, well, this was the thing I think really what changed my confidence as well. When I got out of the show after episode 4 for lockdown, I was at home and I got a call for Elite Models. And I was signed to Elite as the first ever British UK model. It was
That is so sick.
Yes, I'm the first. I made history as the first ever UK drag queen to sign to Elite Models. So,
Oh, so it's happening. It's happening.
Yeah,
and also as
that
well,
was
think
like
in the art school, like it was such like a diverse cast. It was just so
beautiful.
amazing.
Like, yeah, like having Bimini there as well. Like we both travelled together on the bus and was like, oh, we're gonna be a model today. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, it's gonna be so good for
but
you.
yeah, it was so good. And like there was so much representation in the show, and I think that is as well something that is so key in fashion now, to just have so much more inclusivity, because you know, fashion's like done everything that it possibly can with what it's got. So now you need to just start changing it up a little bit. So I'm glad to see there's a change.
Yeah, it needs continuation. It needs follow through.
Yeah, it just makes everything so much more exciting. Like I love to see how a man can wear a woman's clothing more better than they can. I love to see how a girl can wear men's clothing and still look better than them. Like I generally think like fashion, if you're going to do a women's wear show, you should actually have men wear it. If you're going to do a men's wear show, have women come down in the clothes.
I'm obsessed with, now that you just mentioned Gaultier, I'm obsessed with, do you know the model Tanel Bedresousson, the guy from like 90s Gaultier that was always in like the cone bras, always like mincing down the runway. Oh,
yeah,
obsessed with him.
That to me is like fashion. When you just it's just such a contrast. I think that is what will make waves. But I think it's like when you look in an Argos catalogue, you see everything how it's meant to be. Whereas I think what makes when you see it on fashion, I think if you see it how it's not meant to be, it makes you think, oh, how could I make that then look? Because if that's how I didn't see it as being, how can I then do something cool with it? And I think that's what makes me want to buy shit. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. I think as well, like the British designers have always been like 10 steps ahead in this. When you look at people like Art School, when you look at Charles Jeffrey, like so many like of the big British designers have always like stepped out like this. I think it's time. What we'd like to see is you going global. Imagine walking for shows like in Milan.
Imagine, girl. I mean, I would love to see it.
But Elite can make that happen.
Yeah, I think I need to lose a few pounds first. I've definitely been eating way too many cracks while we've been here.
But that's what corsets are for. You can get away with it.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. But yeah, I remember watching the show when it was like the first few episodes and thinking, God, I look really skinny. Fuck, what's going to happen the next stop? But no, I think most of my weight comes from the filler I've had put in my body, so that's fine.
Have you been touched by an angel? Have you had a little?
Who, me like this in front of all these people?
Are you a Dr. Wong girl?
I was a Dr. Wong girl. I still am a Wong, but since the press and since I've outed myself for my fingers, I've had so many offers. I just can't stop. You know, I think I've got one man in every house on Marley Street now.
We just recently got added by Dr. Wong. We were like,
Very
interested.
excited.
You were like, I'm coming. I'll be...
Yeah.
But no,
So, Dr. Wong, if you're watching this, here, and here.
No, he does this thing when you're walking. He goes, so what's Wong?
What a joker.
Yeah. Okay, who would Ahora's parents be?
Dad. I'm joking.
Poor little orphan Ahora.
No, my mum would probably be someone like Victoria Beckham.
Yeah,
Lovely.
yeah.
The best spice.
You know,
The only spice.
and my dad.
You have two mums as well. They don't need to be. It doesn't need to be.
Yeah, I mean, I would love someone like Victoria Beckham, but I also I'm obsessed with people like Daphne Guinness. You know, or if it could be a character, it'd be Cruella de Vil.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, how do you feel about the Emma Stone one?
Ugh.
Have you seen the?
Right, this is my thing. Yeah, I watched it and I was like, okay, cool, whatever. But picture this, right? You've probably seen American Horror Story, right?
Yeah.
Imagine if they did it with Lady Gaga from The Countess as Cruella de Vil.
Yeah.
Like, oh, she'd kill it.
Look at the material. Come on.
How can
No,
you even
I mean-
improve on Glenn Close? Like, what's the point?
Yeah, like that's why I think like so if Lady Gaga played fucking Cruella in a Disney film, oh my god, I would live.
I rewatched the 101 Dalmatians like last week because I like remembered how sick Glenn Close was in it. But then looking back, I was like, literally every fucking time she comes on the screen, she looks insane.
The fashion.
Like,
And you know she
even
kept
the
every
boobs,
outfit.
the body, like
It was written into her contract that she said, if I do it, I get to keep every outfit. And she's got them all in like a cryo freezer.
yeah, she's got like some of she's sold in auctions and stuff. Because like Joe Black was telling us, I was trying to buy all of it.
I bet.
Of course.
But no, yeah, she's iconic in that. It's like the other week, one of my favourite scenes is when, you know, she's walking along, I think it's near London Bridge or something, everything's Dalmatian print. She's like, like going crazy. I had to record a video that I'm releasing next week on that bridge. And I was just there, like, recording. I'm thinking, I just want to do this moment right now where I'm, like, going insane. Like, it's so good. I just love the film. And I just love the fashion. I think it's iconic.
So good.
Yeah,
So,
Cruella would be
Cruella.
the mother.
Yeah.
And then my dad was someone like Johnny Depp. You know, just someone who's a bit like
From Crybaby.
yeah.
Or
Crybaby Johnny.
even like an Edward Scissorhands.
Oh, yeah, that's my number 2.
Or maybe,
Johnny.
maybe Demon Barber. What's his name? Sweeney Todd. Maybe the
Really
murderer.
hard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I just love like those two as people on their own anyway. Like I love any like a dad to me would be like Tim Burton. Just someone who's really sinister-y, but then also like so kooky and twisted. Like my biggest obsession in life is Dr. Seuss. Like I'm obsessed with everything. My bed's falling apart at the minute, so it's balanced in the middle with Dr. Seuss.
Oh. It's all right, go sleep in Tace's room.
Well, Taste broke the bed. I'm joking. Microphone drop.
Oh, I could just hear him in the other room like,
Picture.
stop it.
Who would play a horror in the film of your life?
Yes.
I do think Lady Gaga. Someone like that.
Sure, yeah.
But now you
Yeah.
said it, Daphne Guinness. I could see that for you.
Yeah, but the thing is, I feel like Joe's branded Daphne now, and I feel like I can't take from it.
You can't have all the gals. He's got
I
Glenn.
know. Probably that, or who else is really, really cool?
Who else is stunning?
Who else is
iconic?
like stunning, gorgeous, fashionista of the world? Or like someone like Brooke Candy, you know.
Oh,
someone
yeah.
Yeah.
like a badass attitude, like, you know, who can just change it up. I just want.
She's like a tattoo artist now.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you can tell she was practice every day.
Yeah. I need a tattoo from Brooke. So
Yeah.
good. Who would play George?
Ooh, I'm going to give a shout out to my good friend Max Harwood, who's just now been cast for the lead in Jamie.
Yes.
Yes, we text all the time. Like, he is amazing at what he does, and he's such a sweet person.
Yeah.
And he's adorable. So yeah, fitting.
Perfect.
Just so lovable.
No.
Like I can really imagine.
Yeah, definitely him, because I think, he's just got the right attitude, and like also someone who's queer in our industry and who's young and stuff. I think.
Are you gay?
Representation, duh.
I feel uncomfortable. Cut the chat. Tell us about your best London nightlife memory, because we're gals of the night.
Okay. So I had been doing drag 2 weeks at this point.
Yeah.
And I got an invite to go to the Burberry X Vivienne Westwood collaboration at this big venue in London, and I got invited through Jodie Harsh. So I was like, fuck, like, I'm only doing drag 2 weeks and they want me to be in drag. And there was like, we need a name for the list. And I didn't know, I was like, I haven't got a drag name. So that was the first time I ever put on the list Ahura.
Yeah.
So that kind of like birthed my name at the same time. I was just like, because originally it was a whore, and I thought, no, it just sounds weird. So I was
Make
like,
it more continental.
Yeah.
Make it more French. Ahura. So I put that on the list, and I got there, and I was just walking around, and I remember like we had to go for like a bit of a rave pit because I was with Goffy Candle at the time, and we saw Violet Chachki. And she was like, she gave Goffy the dirtiest stare because Goffy had copied the hair with the, the roll fringe and the high pony.
Yeah.
And so there was all that, and then it was a camp night though. But then at the end, I was at the bar and Miley Cyrus was there, and I was like, no, not this. And I freaked out, and I was like, I just want to say like, I love you, and I'm obsessed with you. And she's like, girl, let's get a photo, blah blah blah. So we had this photo together. And I had this big curly afro-y hair. It's like an Xtina wig, like old school, like Moulin Rouge. And as I pulled away, all of Miley's earring piercings, all the ones she's got like stacked in her ear, got tangled in my wig, and we were stuck together. So her manager had to sit there for 5 minutes untangling all of her earrings to me in my wig, and I was like, I'm just going to enjoy this moment, 5 minutes of me just like head to head with Miley Cyrus, like, so what are you doing tonight?
Who does your makeup? Would you ever need a new artist?
Yeah. Or? That night she, because then after that she was like, I'm going to perform at Heaven tonight with Mark Ronson for my new track, Nothing Breaks Like a Heart, whatever it were.
Yeah.
She was like, come to Heaven. Like, she's like, I'll get you on stage with me when we do our DJ mix with Bob the Drag Queen's Purse First. I'll get you to come out and do a whole thing. I was like, Major, yeah, definitely, let's do it. And I got to Heaven. The queue was massive because it was for Miley Cyrus. So I got to the front and just said, look, can I, I met Miley tonight. She wanted to perform there, and they were like, yeah, nice try. Did not let me in. Yeah, so I was devo. So, and Miley actually did ask me to be there, so I was so pissed.
Oh no! I was just about to say, like, what a jammy night of just like
I know.
Away, but then
Them Heaven bouncers.
Yeah, but I still got my picture with her, so I was camp with that. That'll do.
Yeah. You're brave, because whenever I see someone like at an event or a party or anything, I see someone that like I really respect, I have to the widest berth. I'm like, please stay away from me, because if I say something embarrassing, or I gush, then that's all I'm ever going to remember. I can't do it.
I'm like, there's been so many times where like I've seen an opportunity and not taking it, so I was like, from now on, I'm just going to be a freak. And if I want to speak to that person, I'm doing it.
Do you want to shout out one person in the drag world that means a lot to you? And it can't be Taste.
What, as a drag queen?
It can be anyone. It could be a designer. It could be anyone. Just someone in the drag world.
just a little spotlight on someone who might not be as well known, or just fuck them.
No, I have to give a massive shout out to my two good drag sisters, which is Starlet and Villanelle.
Sorry, we just screamed over Starlet, and now we couldn't hear the second one.
Yeah, Starlet and Villanelle, they are they're my girls, and we engage each other for everything. So I have to give it to them, and I would love to see them be cast for season 4, because obviously we know who's been cast for season 3. So sadly,
We don't.
Do we? No, we couldn't.
Do you know anything?
No.
I mean, you might have done a few wiggle wigs.
Oh, we got wigs on season 3 already. Shut up.
Listen, nothing we say on this pod goes any further. Both of them are so exquisite in what they do. So you a little drag family, you three girls?
Yeah, we've got like a little like sisterhood we've got going. Like they're not like the House of Horror or anything, but like we are. But like we are like we we all met. I met Star a while ago, and then I always met Villanelle online, and then we went to DragCon together, all three of us, and people just loved seeing us together, and it's just kind of become a thing. So we've always just stuck by each other, and it's that thing. We're like, you know what? No, if we don't have anyone, we know we've got each other. It's just always that. It's like our little community we have. It's not like we're actually related, or like I taught them how to do makeup. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like if they ever went on Drag Race, like they know, like I could get, you know, all the fashions and stuff for them and help them with wigs and stuff. So
you're the bitch to know, especially to be on next to, because it's like,
I have the
challenge.
contacts. Yeah.
Hello.
I have the clients and the contacts. I mean, that comes from obviously working in design and fashion. So that's why I can 3D print my shit, bitch.
Chef's fucking kiss to the 3D print.
Have you had anyone start following you that is just like,
fuck,
oh my God, like I can't believe this person knows I exist, let alone wants to follow me kind of thing?
Or equally just a shout out that it's like, so-and-so from Real Housewives of Melbourne followed me.
I mean, it's so wild. Like, you know, I even get gas when people like got Mick followed me. I'm like, like, you know what I mean? Like,
to follow me, I love it.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Follow us.
Yeah, like I'm
That was
obsessed
me.
with him. But yeah, it's like that. I get excited to love it over Real Girls. Like, you know, I'm still that drag fan inside where I'm like, it's Saturday, it's Drag Race Day. Like, no, I had Ollie Years follow me, and after watching It's to Sin, I was like, this is it. Like,
everything.
take my money. And then Nick Grimshaw was DMing me, asking me for a Valentine's Day video for his boyfriend as the Essex girl.
How cute.
I hope you're doing loads of them on Cameo and making a lot of dollars.
I did a cameo, and it was intense. It was like 80 videos I got requested, and I was like, okay, I'll do these, but like when I did that Essex girl, I had to literally spray tan my entire body down. So
those
like,
boob highlights look as well, just like.
Yeah, I'm like sticky, like Kim. I'm like, oh my God, like, just, like fully like unable to move, and it's a very uncomfortable look, but. I'll bring her back for something, I'm sure, but I don't want to give everything away too soon.
No,
but those cameos, they're keeping you in stockings in this in this lockdown.
My cameos are paying me more than anything. They are a lifesaver. So, you know, that's a horror at Cammy.
Plug it, go. Anyone that's watching this video, get yourself a little treat, a little video treat.
You know, if you need to dump your boyfriend, congratulate your mom, or, you know, sell commiserations for your dead dad, I'm here.
Imagine receiving like, sorry babe, it ain't working. Love a horror. I'll be like, motherfucker.
Like some of them are so weird. Like one of them was like, can you like do the whole of UK hunt but with your toes?
What? Like lip sync the dance
so like
move?
be like this, like okay, hon.
Not the foot fetish people.
Yeah, and then I had like one which was like, can you do like a babe station section, just like you in your room, like as the Essex girl? And I was like, I get this, but then you know, I've been like, I don't know where this is going.
Yeah, like, am I gonna actually see this online selling shit? Like,
and then you know, then you got obviously get the one where it's just like, I just love you, so just spend 2 minutes doing whatever you want to do. So I just sit there like, so I'm all right. Yeah, just like so. Great day, great weather. But no, I love it. It like I said, it pays the bills, and it's a great income. Just sit there and do nothing.
Truly. Are you going to be branching out into any other mediums? Are we going to see a lovely sort of a horror YouTube channel?
I wanted to do some vlogging for like all my fashiony stuff, what I do, like when I'm going for fittings and dress rehearsals and photo shoots. So I'm going to work on that and get the content built up, like a little Vogue diaries, like, you know, fashiony girls doing fashiony things.
Any makeup tutorials on the way?
Thing is, I don't want people to look like me. I don't want to give out my secrets. But no, they've asked me to do quite a few things. We've obviously like the Cosmo Queen stuff come in and stuff like that. But all in good time, I'm sure. But no, I mean, I've got a few things kind of like TV shows we mentioned of a certain X on a beach.
Shut the fuck up. Now that they've reached out into like a bisexual one, it's like the world is the limit. Like, please.
So, you know, there's you know, a little some.
How would you feel though? How would you feel like you're trying to enjoy a lovely beach holiday and then your actual ex rocks up?
I know, the gag, right? Can you imagine? That would be me on the beach and then Taste comes out the water as a straw.
It's really up there with the most terrifying things ever, because also like you don't know what sort of like op bitch is going to turn up being like, yeah, I fucked Ahura once and now I'm here trying to make out like we were an ex. Like get back in the sea, bitch.
That's where ex on a beach, like a one night stand does count. Like they'll just get anyone, won't they?
It's like I know all my exes. Like my serious one is engaged now, so like I'm like, well, they're definitely not going to come out of the water trying to get anything. So it's obviously going to be like my one night stands, or like, you know, the men I fucked in Range Rovers when I was like 16.
Well, that's all right then, because you won't have too many hurt feelings. It'll just be like, yeah, whatever, man.
Imagine it's like 47-year-old Troy like coming out of the beach, be like, remember me, son. It's like, bitch.
But no, I mean, unless it's the trollops I used to meet in the saunas. I mean, girl,
I thought you looked familiar.
Yeah, you'll be there.
Imagine just that.
This is the thing. It's probably, I mean, I'll pull it like a tsunami. People come out the water like, all these people I fucked in my day.
Imagine just like the full cast of Drag Race, just like,
Can you imagine?
we were bored. We were on
There'll be Lauren
lockdown.
Shady coming out the water like, I've wrote your fan fiction.
Honestly, what a dream. Right, we're going to let you go, Angel, because we've kept you for about 9 hours. Thank you so much. There is no villain in this girl.
I mean, she's there deep down, but I only let her out when I need to be.
Yeah.
But no, thank you for having me. I absolutely love the
best.
podcast. And, you know, I always try and get Taste to listen to it when she's not doing anything, because she won't listen to anything. But because she's like, I don't want to hear anything. But no, I love the podcast, and especially you guys, because you always have such good things to say about us. So it does mean the world. I think your podcast and who's the other one I was? Oh, The Chop with Latrice and Manila. They're my two favourites.
Oh, thank you, Angel.
No,
Thank
I love
you.
it. I love to see it.
Well, we can't wait to see what you do in the rest of it. There's not much left.
There's 3 episodes.
I don't want it to be over.
I know.
No.
Would you also... Look, either you're going to win or you're going to be asked back for All Stars. So if they did ask you back for All Stars, would you go?
I'm not going to do an All Stars, but I'm definitely going to do an Internationals if that's, you know.
That's what they need to do. We need to be
Hang
seeing...
on, she's not going to do All Stars, so maybe that means that she is the
winner.
I mean, I don't know. Let's not get too overexcited.
But have you
Listen.
heard the thing about the International?
Yeah. The International All Stars.
Yeah, the international gal.
Is
That
that
would
sometime soon?
Sick.
I've
We
heard.
don't know. You've given us too much intel already.
We're gonna
But
put
yeah.
we're gonna put this video up, and like within seconds, it's like this has been flagged. Like,
Or
the lawyers of Drag Race. Yeah, the lawyers of Drag Race just like in our inbox, like, please. So yeah, thank you so much, and we can't wait to see you on the rest of it. And
Thank you. And I hope that you can enjoy the rest of the show, because it is great. So.
Yeah,
We will.
of course. And just
Thank you,
lots of
guys.
love, Angel.
Bye.
And good luck for the rest of the show.
Thank
Yeah.
you.